Great evening, everyone. I have 9:04 p.m. Eastern Time. My name is Nakia O'Shea. I am one of the senior members on Team X Factor. I want to thank you all so much for taking time out of your evening to spend some moments with us. But I also want to just tell you thank you for your prayers. Thank you for just keeping Sonic lifted. Your prayers have been answered. Thank you for keeping me and my family in prayer as we take care of our awesome coach. I want to ask you all a question. Well, really not a question, but a statement. There's a difference between commitment and involvement. Without a purpose bigger than yourself, you may only serve yourself. And people's blessings are tied to you. I'm telling you all of this because the person that we know and love, he has over 25 years in this industry. He is a documented six-figure income earner multiple times. But the thing about him is he loves to have fun, but most importantly, he has a heart for the people. And that matters when it comes to a leader. They have to have a heart for the people. This young man is a graduate of Hampton University. He is a father. He is a master trainer, mentor, coach, but most importantly, he is a friend. And so I want to present to some, but introduce to others, Mr. Sonic Boom Jones. Can you hear me, Mr. Jones?
Man, I can hear you. I want to thank you so much for that intro. The intro was amazing. I'm guessing I'm going to owe you some money for that. So thank you so much for that. And thank you for nursing me back to health, man. For those that don't know, that has been my angel, y'all. And man, it's an honor to be back and doing the Coach's Corner, but in a different format. And before I get started on the format, let me say this because you said something about there's a difference between being committed and involved, um, and that's so important. A lot of people, you know, and I want y'all to also know. Watch this. There's a difference between you being in Green Organics and Green Organics being in you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, there's a story. There's a story about two farm animals. I don't know if you guys have heard this before, but the chicken and the hog, right? And they were having a conversation one day, and the chicken was kind of upset with the hog. He said, "Man, I don't understand why on the breakfast menu you always get top billing." And the hog's like, "Well, what do you mean by that?" He said, "Well, listen, every time we read the breakfast menu, it says bacon and eggs, ham and eggs." He said, "Why does it not say eggs and bacon?" And the hog looked at the chicken and he said, "Well, that's because when it comes to breakfast, you, sir, is food and you're involved in me. In order to get on that breakfast menu, I have to be totally committed." So there is a difference between being involved and being committed, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much for that, Ms. Nakia. And we hope that from this point on, if you have not been, it's time for you to get totally committed to you and your business. That being said, let's talk a little bit about this particular meeting. And I was talking to Nakia earlier. She was asking me, well, how are you going to run the call? Are you prepared? Are you winging it? And the truth is, a lot of times, when I was doing the Coach's Corner kind of segment on the leadership calls, man, I would just I would say prayers at night, and things would come to me to really kind of discuss with y'all as a tip. The Coach's Corner really kind of started out as just a tip from me, having some sort of involvement to help you guys along the way. And when I decided to come back and offer some training to those that were interested, I said I want to kind of continue in that format. And so I'm just going to let you guys know the format of this training. And if you guys are okay with it, you decide you want to keep something like this going, and we do this on a more often basis, and we'll discuss that at the end. I think this is the format that I would like to go. I'll come with a tip for you guys. something to help you build your business or mindset or different things. I've given tips on everything from uh, actual the outlaying of how to do business, meaning skill set. We've talked about mindset. I've talked about taxes and different things like that. And so I always want to be able to provide you with those things, but I want it to also be interactive. I want to live up to the name of the people's coach, right? And meaning be there for the people. So when there's things that you guys have questions with, or you're not really familiar with, or you feel like you may need some additional training on, I want those things communicated so that I can bring the necessary training to the people if that's something that y'all are okay with. All right. So that's how we're gonna run the format of this call. Whereas, we'll start out with a tip, and we'll go into some Q&A. I'm gonna make it interactive because I don't just want to just be here talking to you guys. I want you to get something out of you doing the training with Sonic Jones. So that being said, what do we want to talk about? This is the beginning of the year. The first of the year. I mean, so many of us have been conditioned over the years to do New Year's resolutions, right? And that's usually something where we resolve that for this year, certain things are going to change, or we want to work on certain things or give up certain things. Is anybody, and again, this is interactive, so y'all could please feel free to, turn the cameras on so I can see you, or unmute yourself so you can talk back to me. But anybody still do New Year's resolutions? Anybody? I know I got into the age where I see a couple of hands. Okay. I got into the age where I don't really do resolutions. I don't. But what I do is I do goals. And I will implore all of you to make sure that you have your goals set for 2025. I did a training back in Orange Beach, when we went to Orange Beach, and I told people, when you aim for nothing, you're going to hit nothing dead on the head every single time. So I'm going to encourage you guys, instead of resolutions, to make sure that you have some goals set. And as part of our interactive call, we're going to get ready to get into that in a second. But let's start to interact, if y'all don't mind. And I see some people are typing in the chats. I can't read as fast. I'm just gonna let you know, and still try to keep my attention and remember what I want to say. But and so that's why I love the ability to be able to see you and talk to you and things like that. Let me ask you this: if you've been a part of Green Organics for any point, I got you, D. If you've been a part of Green Organics for any period of time, you've heard a lot of the coaches tell you one of the first things that you personally should have, and you should also ask of your new people, is a list of 20 reasons why you want to do this business and be successful at this business. By show of hands, or if y'all can verbalize to me, please. How many people have their list of 20?
Right here.
Cool. How many people have access to their list of 20 right now?
I do.
Good. I see a lot of hands. I heard of my dudes. I see some in the chat.
Right here.
I want you to get.
Yep.
I want you to go get access to your list of 20 right now. Now we're gonna start this interactive portion. Go get your list of 20.
Coach, I'm
I
at rehab. I'm at rehab with my husband, so I don't have anything on me.
All
I'm
right.
at therapy.
Well,
Yeah.
you gonna watch the replay, or you gonna participate at a later time. I don't
Okay.
normally share my list of 20. I'm not even gonna share it now. I'm not even gonna do that. But when I do my list, and I did my list, I have some hefty goals on my personal list of 20. I want you guys to go through your list right now, and I want you to choose 2 of the things that are on your list that you are willing to go for in the year 2025. What is it that you are willing to truly commit to going for in 2025? Now, again, I wrote last year on Facebook. I know not everybody sees all my posts and everything else. But us stepping into, oh, Gwen, thank you for the camera. Us stepping into 2025 gives us an opportunity to write a brand new chapter in our book. We got 365 pages that we can fill up for this new chapter, right? At what point in your book, in this chapter, are you going to commit to going for 2 particular goals? Now, as you're looking through your list, of 20, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask some people to kindly share. Who's willing to share 2 goals, two things on their list that they are willing to go for this particular year? I see Tommy's hand up. Go ahead, Tommy, bro.
Well, my 2 for this year was to go for diamond, but not just as for the title, but for the responsibility that goes with the position, and to duplicate 2x2 all the way 12 deep.
You know, we're gonna get into that, Tommy. We're gonna that's part of training as well tonight, Tommy. So, but I appreciate that. Okay, good stuff. 2 excellent things, and I believe you can definitely do that. Anybody else? See, Mariam, you put a hand up. Go ahead, Mariam.
Oh, go ahead, Marilyn.
Okay. Mine also is to go diamond, in, Gold Asada and to hit platinum. So I guess kind of like a dual thing. And then, to retire my husband. That's like, he's going through some health challenges right now, and it would be my dream to retire him. And he's already on part of my team, so just kind of help him build his business and get him retired so that he can have some ease, you know, in providing for his family, but with his wife. So, yeah.
So from a coaching perspective, if you allow me to, I want you to, if you haven't done this already, I want you to come up with the number of what it's going to take to retire. So if it's, you know, my husband makes $100,000 a year, I know it's going to take $100,000 a year to retire him. Like, I want you to really focus on what number it is that is going to take to accomplish that goal, so that we can begin to really railroad in on getting that accomplished. Does that make sense to you, Mariam?
Yeah, I don't have to
Okay.
say that here, do I?
No, you don't have to say it. I'm coaching you.
I kind of have an idea of what that
Okay.
would take. So
Okay.
it's gonna, I mean, I believe it's accomplishable.
Okay.
If I just work harder and
Good
get it
stuff.
done.
It's time to go to work, man. You got it. But I just wanted to give you that tip to make sure that, you know, we have a firm number that we know what we're working towards as far as just to retire. So good stuff. Seymour, was you about to say something, bro?
Yeah, I had 4 that I had set for this year. I accomplished 2 of the 4, which was to help. One was to get to diamond. Did that in 4 days.
That was last year, bro. You old news.
No,
Go ahead.
I did that when I did that when we got back from Vegas, but I wanted to be diamond before I went to Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
And when I left Vegas, I said I was going to do it in 4 days, and I wasn't going to go back to sleep till I made diamond. And I stayed up for 4 straight days till I hit diamond. So that was one. Then I got, it was to help at least 2 of my team members to hit diamond. And in 23 days, I helped Myrtle to get to diamond. So that's 2 accomplished. Then my goal was to help her brother get to diamond, and by March to be at 100K. And I'm at 86 right now.
All right.
So
I love it. I love it. You got this in the bag, bro.
oh yeah, I know I do. Nothing gonna stop me from doing it.
You got it, bro. Got it. I love it. Anybody else willing to share? 2 goals, 2 out of your 20 reasons why. Which 2 are you? Can you commit to bringing to fruition for 2025?
Hey,
I
Coach
will.
Sabikas,
Okay.
I
I
can
should
share mine.
go to bed all relaxed.
Say that again. I didn't. It was 2 people talking at the same time. I think it was Rasan and Anthony Stone. So let me go really quick. Just to Rasan. Go ahead. What was you saying, Rasan?
Sorry, I was talking to my wife. She just used the deep green and she loved it. So she was just telling me that. So I thought I was muted.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Okay, you go, boy. All right, Anthony Stone. Anthony Stone, what was you saying, bro?
Okay, I'll share one. Of course, I've been all over the place as far as my goals because my top 20 goals. Uh, I'm on target with what I want to achieve this year, and it's all tied into Habakkuk 2:2-3, King James version, and saying the Lord answered me and said, "Write the vision, make it plain upon the tablets, on the tables, that he may run that Reddit race or read it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry." And it's awesome because matter of fact, it's something that Coach Will is teaching on now. But that's my goal this year. And when you look at it right, it's pretty simple to earn $2,000 per month, to build a team of 10 or 15 to my team 2x2, no later than the end of year 225. Teach people to teach people, focus on retention, uh, set up the awards for my individuals, to look at always staying
Two
focused on my
goals, bro. I
smart.
just want two. I just want two that you're
Well,
going for this
yeah,
year.
this is all in the goal. This is it
That
for
sounds
this
like
year.
about 10 things already, Anthony Stone. Now go ahead.
Oh my goodness. But and that's how and that's why I say I'm all over the place, because even when you look at my 20 reasons why, I have began to work those goals off as well. But this particular goal here, by me finishing up the first year of our plan that is allowed, the second year, remember how we look at the first year as a 0 year as far as earnings. The second year, you make just a little bit more money than you did the first year. So yes, it's the $2,000 right a month, but it's all tied in to these particular things that's on this card here for this particular goal.
Got you. All right, good stuff, man. 2,000 a month, man, is very doable. And then the fact that we have access to two companies, two different pay plans, that could be 1,000 from one and 1,000 from the other company as well. So, man, very doable, brother. I'll be pushing you to make sure you get that done as well. Thank you for sharing that. And I see
Okay.
Gina with a hand up. Gina with a hand up. Go ahead, Gina. What you got?
Grand evening, everyone.
Hey, hey.
My most immediate goal is to continue to recruit and promote customers and personnel with staying power. I don't want those guys to order in 30 days and be gone on day 31. I want them to continue to order. Should their desire be to join me, I want them to have staying power.
Do you have a
And
number
if
on
I-
that, Gina? Meaning how many people, how many long-term customers are you looking to acquire? Like, is there a number on that?
Yeah, actually, this year my number is 5 deep, 2x2 to 5. Okay, and that's what people with staying power. I don't know what dollar amount that is right now, and
That's
that's not
fine.
my goal. My
Mhm.
goal is to get the people with staying power. My
Okay.
second goal is important to my household. Excuse me, and that is to replace my front porch. My front porch is bowing in. When they built my house, they did not let that foundation settle. So now I have bows and I have cracks. So my goal for that is to get it done by spring. And that's whether it's May or April, I want it done by spring.
Okay.
That's what I got, Coach.
Have you priced it?
Actually, I have a neighbor that just moved in 4 months ago that does this work. So it's not even going to matter how much it's going to cost.
Oh, it's
I
going to
will have
cost.
I know
They're
it's
not
going
doing
to
it for
cost
free.
because he got to break this old foundation down. He got to break it down. That got to go. Then of course you got to let whatever you put there settle before you can actually lay the new concrete. Because I don't want it boring out again.
Oh, I
But
got that. But I'm
it,
saying in order to reach that goal of replacing the porch, I want you to be able to think and say, this is going to cost me $4,000. So I want to get it done by spring. So the goal is almost basically, I need to make an additional 4,000 by spring to accomplish that goal, if that makes sense to you. So that's why I was saying, do you have a
It makes a
number?
lot
on
of
what it is?
sense, and I'm actually on point of income of greater than $500 a month right now. So, if I can get the greater increase, I go blindly a little bit. I say maybe between $4,000 and $8,000
Mhm.
because I have a huge porch. I have a huge
Mhm.
house. So I already know it's not going to be a little bit of money. So if I get people to maintain their customer base and then those that want to join, I have so many people say, oh, I'm gonna join, I'm gonna join, I'm gonna join. And that's been 6 months down the road.
Mhm.
But I
We all have those.
right. I just give a greeting, once or twice a month. Hey, how you doing? Are you still interested? They
Right.
don't respond, I don't respond again. If they respond again, I'll just go ahead and just give them information about our training or a replay or the Tim Sales video, and I leave them alone.
So
But
if I may, if you allow me,
mhm.
First of all, the following up, I applaud that because the fortune is in the follow-up. We've spoken about this before. I don't want you to send them to a training or anything like that. I want you to get a commitment from them. Hey, I know you said you were interested back when we spoke in, whatever it was, that you were, looking to make some extra money or you were looking to do this, and whatever the case is.
Mhm.
Are you committed to, or watch this, here's one. On a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you to achieving what that is?
I
Right?
like that, Coach. I
And
like
that
that.
will give you the sense of how serious they are
They are.
versus if they
Mhm.
playing. Oh, well, I'm only a 3.
Right.
You going on the back burner,
Go.
right? So
I appreciate that.
no, absolutely, absolutely. But sending them to a training or anything like that, I need a commitment on if you're serious, and and then it's when can we get you started? And to get started, all we need you to do is place an order. So all we need you to do is just place an order, and then allow me to start teaching you some things. Let me walk you through your back office. Let me introduce you to some of our partners and different things like that, and begin to incorporate them into the vibe of what we're doing,
Right.
and go from there. But I would start with getting a commitment number from
Getting a commitment.
you. Okay,
Gotcha. Thank you, Coach.
my pleasure, my pleasure. Nakia, you got a hand up? You want to share? Go ahead. Yeah, unmute yourself.
Okay, so my goal is to finish something that I should have done a long time ago, and that is I will be diamond before we go to Orlando, and like I need to get that done, and it should have been done, but that's my number one right now. That's on my radar, and then the second thing is of course, Cameron is graduating from grad school in May, and she's 24, so I've taken care of her her entire life, and I want to give her her kickoff papers. So the goal the goal is to give her 10,000 cash dollars. What she decides to do with that is going to be up to her. And those are the two things that I want to accomplish for 2025. So those are the things that I will do.
Good stuff. All right. And you know what? We're going to get into in a little bit some ways to help you guys accomplish some things, and I want to give y'all a framework of some mindset of some things. Anybody else, really quick? One person. Anybody else want to share what their 2 goals are that they're willing to go for in 2025?
Yes, I'll share.
Come on, Kenny.
My goal is to pay off my Mercedes because I do want to upgrade, and I want to get I want a thrift store in a shopping center with a bigger anchor store. Where I'm located now, I have a traffic, but not as much as I would have if I was near an anchor store. So that's my goal. What I'm doing to work towards that, I am using green organics because I already retail now. So the money that I make retailing, I have been taking, I started off last year taking 10%, paying myself, and then putting the other percentage up. I will say that I did this year increase my pay. What I make a month from Green Organics altogether, I pay myself 20% now, and I put the rest up to go towards that bigger store because I will be having my products in that store as well. Once I achieve that, which I know I will, that's when I'm gonna start working towards selling the Mercedes and upgrading.
So you want to pay it off and then you want to sell it?
But I want to upgrade it. But I want to pay it off first. I don't want to trade in. I could tell you a whole story about trading. I never tell people. I don't. You know, I sell cars. You already know.
I got you.
I don't trade in. You ain't getting all my money.
I got
You ain't
you.
getting all my money. I'm gonna pay my car off, and I go get another one. Because
Okay.
I can go to the. My thing is, I financed that car.
Mm-hmm.
But I financed it not knowing that 6 months after I financed that car, I was going to find my dream car.
Mm-hmm.
And I financed that one.
Isn't
My
that always
Porsche,
how it works?
I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind my Porsche, but the Mercedes, I do want to pay that off because my plan is for that is to take that money and whatever I need to put with it and go to the auction and just get the Mercedes I want. The Mercedes I want wholesale. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Got you.
Now to cut back for me having had that car, extra car now.
Good stuff.
Because
Good stuff.
had I did that, I wouldn't have been. If I would have bought it from the auction for the first time, it's a mess. I kicked myself because I bought the car, went and financed it, went to the auction and found out. I ain't even gonna tell you how much I could have got it for. So I had to rearrange everything. So that's my plan. That's my goal. My goal is right now I am retailing. I'm retailing my with Green Organics, and I'm using that money to help me upgrade to my thrift store. And I also, but I don't cut myself out. I still pay myself 20% at the end of the month, and then I put the rest to the side.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I'm so proud of you, Kenya, and all the accomplishments that, continue to pour out of you, man. Just congratulations on everything. I have no doubt that will be accomplished as well. For everyone that, oh yeah, and it's work. It's work, man. We're gonna talk about that work now as well. But for everybody that shared, I appreciate you. And I'm going to ask that everybody else that was here to witness it, let's hold them accountable, y'all. Let's hold them accountable. Let's check in a few months and see how things are going for everybody. We're gonna see how done that porch is, Miss Gina. We're gonna see if this storefront is purchased yet, Miss Kenya. We're gonna see how close to the 10,000 is for Nakia. But let's pour into each other, ladies and gentlemen, and continue to support each other. Marion said, harass the heck out of me until I get it done. So, all right, that's for everybody. That's not just me. Everybody get on Marion as well. All right. I appreciate that. I heard a lot of people talk about, going diamond. And I heard two people talk about utilizing the system of, 2x2 and everything else. Let's have a conversation. We're gonna have a big boy and big girl conversation about things. There is, for some people, was and look, if you know me, I don't really hold my tongue on many things. So I'm gonna just give it out to y'all raw, as I do. That being said, and yes, happy birthday, Charlotte. Thank you for joining us on your birthday, Michelle. We appreciate you. Happy birthday to you. We've had quite a few diamond promotions, and let me say, congratulations to all of the people that have been going diamond and different things like that. And we have some people that have been really pushing and doing their very best and have not hit, they've set that as a goal and they have not hit that. And I hear from both sides. And I always want to encourage you on building for income and not for position. I'm gonna say that again because some of y'all are not getting this the way that you really need to get this. I want you, if you're allowing me to and I'm not saying don't go for diamond, but what I'm telling you is I've been doing this business, this industry, network marketing, multi-level marketing, affiliate marketing, I don't care what you want to call it, relationship marketing, for 29 years. I have always taught and trained on 5 words that to me are really kind of the most important words that you as a business owner should be concentrating on. And those words are long-term, and that's a compound word, I know, but long-term, sustainable, residual income. And I saw Nakia mouthing it as I was saying it, because you've been rocking with me for a few years. I drilled this into my squad. It's wonderful to be a diamond. I'm one. But I would much rather, if you're allowing me to coach you, I would much rather you build this and watch this. Gina, you talked about the foundation is Boeing. And if you don't have a strong foundation, like I don't want you getting it was Gina. Gina was saying how, you know, she get customers and they gone 30 days. She's tired of it. We all are, right? You can't build long-term sustainable residual income with people that bought a $7.95 gift and got you the diamond. Like, it's just, and again, this is no slight or shade towards anybody, but I'd much rather, and you know what? I'll speak for myself. You tell me if you agree. I'd much rather be a $100,000 silver earner than a $1,000 diamond. It's not about the position, ladies and gentlemen. Really understanding and grasping the thought pattern of I need to achieve long-term, sustainable, residual income, that money that keeps coming in month after month after month after month. Marceline Brown, and ranks can change. They do. And comp plans change as well, right? And so just when, watch this, Seymour. Just when we thought we've made it, we're diamonds. Will is going to go convince Paula to put in a double diamond. It's like, come on, like it ain't about the title. I want y'all to really concentrate on building strong organizations that creates that base, okay? And that base will provide you this long-term sustainable residual income. I'd much rather be doing $10,000 a month and be a gold or a platinum than doing $500 a month and being a diamond. Like the title is not going to, watch this, help accomplish that list of 20. It's just not. Am I making sense to y'all? Y'all all on mute. Somebody, you know, just let me know. Does that resonate with anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
Yes,
absolutely.
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 I do have a question on that myself.
Just had this conversation with someone else, and that's just what we were saying, because it's like diamond is not in my radar. It's just not, that's just a title, you know, but we just had, me and another business partner just had this conversation, you know, diamond is just, it's just a title, you know, and you could become diamond just by selling a bunch of deodorants, and that's not going to keep you financially stable.
Right. Right.
So that, I mean, we just had this conversation. So this is confirmation what you're saying, Coach.
And I hate to have brought it up right after asking y'all what some of y'all goals are. And there's so many is like, I want to go for diamond, but like I'm gonna speak truth. And you know what? In all fairness, let me say this. That's my goal. My goal is long-term sustainable residual income.
Where you going?
But it's what I train on. And that being said, if it's your desire and your goal to become diamond, go for it. But I would hope somewhere in your list of 20, there's something financial that will say, I'm supposed to leave a legacy for my children and my children's children. And the legacy is not the title of diamond. I'm just like, it's just not. But having an extra $22,000 a month coming in, and God forbid something happens to you, and you have a business, and I want y'all to understand, when we have a business, the business is willable. Okay? So that money continues. If you got $22,000 a month consistently coming in, and you lose the title, like I lose the title before I lose the money. My kids ain't gonna be dying. It's something like that. So I just want y'all to keep that in the back of your head, if that makes sense. I see a couple hands up. You guys wanted to say something? I see Stone and Tommy
Yeah.
up. Go ahead. Andy.
You're absolutely right from a professional standpoint, Coach Sonic. I've achieved a lot of rewards, especially when it comes to rings and selling, recruiting, medallions and things. But those are just materialistic things. There's no sustainability to those. When you're talking about what I'm doing now is a little bit different than recruiting. However, is setting up a legacy for my family something that I need to set in place for them, something that I can leave, something that I can depend on versus something that I can put on my finger every day. I mean, because I got enough rings now. So I had to take a different approach to it. And that's why when I looked at my goals, right, and I put that $2,000 a month, that's something that is sustainable. Okay. And then it increases. And you're absolutely right. I never put the ring on my talent because I almost lost my wife trying to get my ring for recruiting that I got in a year and a half. I almost lost my wife. So I don't go those routes anymore. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My pleasure, bro. Thank you for sharing. Tommy, you want to say something, bro? I know you got your hand up.
Yes, sir. And it's to piggyback on what you were saying, but it's also involving income. Many of us here have had this conversation about, should we go diamond? Do we not go diamond? Do we want to be the top salesman for Green Organic? That's not really the thing. However, if you're shooting for a specific income and you can maintain the rank of diamond, wouldn't that 50% check match on the people that you put into the business help you to facilitate that?
If they're duplicated, if they're not doing anything, if they're not making any money, 50% of zero is zero, my brother.
That's right. That's right. That's why I tied that 2x2 all the way down to 12 with on the way to the rink. Exactly. I just want to make sure I was understanding it.
Nope, you on the money, bro. You on the money. Yep, no problem. Sean?
Yeah, I think me and you talked about this before, Coach Sonic, when I hit the rank of platinum, and you told me congratulations, and I said, what did I say? Oh, that it would be great for my team to duplicate the same thing. And I just want my success team to do that.
Right.
And I just want them to be successful. I don't care about hitting diamond. I want my success team to at least duplicate what I have achieved so far. And I think that's a greater accomplishment. It's great making it to platinum. Yay, but that's not what it's all about. It's all about teaching the duplication. And if we teach the duplication, then we win. Then the money will follow.
I agree 100%, and thank you for reconfirming that for me, brother. Guys, we have to start concentrating on you know what? You can concentrate on what you want to, but from my standpoint, if I'm coaching you and things like that, I would encourage you to really start concentrating on, and Makia, I think you put it in the chat earlier. Don't just be a king and queen, be a king and queen maker, right? Concentrate on help. Like I'm watching Seymour do this with Myrtle now, where we're just watching those income plaques go up and everything. Like you want a squad of individuals that are winning. Bottom line, because it's cool if you do it, but it's so much better when you have a team of individuals doing it. When you're helping to change lives, when you're impacting other people, their household, their decisions, their ability to say, listen, my mother was sick. I remember this, man, very specifically, personally. When I was teaching, before I retired back in 2011, because I've been retired since 2011 from education. I remember my mother getting sick in New York. I was down here in Atlanta. She was still in New York. And having to ask permission as a grown man, can I take some time off? Was the most ridiculous thing. Listen, if you have the ability to change and impact other people's lives, I would just, you know what? I'm putting something new on my list of 20. I'm just gonna tell you that. Maybe, if it resonates with you, great. But that's straight from the coach's corner, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate everybody, pitching in and talking about that. But I really wanted to hone in on, those few things about goals, about taking your list, pulling out 2, going for it, this year, and really wanted to hone in on what you guys, as far as not just building for a title. This title's going to come and go. You have plenty of diamonds that hit diamonds and just don't requalify. And it's great if you're earning some money, but if you have a team and they're not earning money, you're going to lose them. And therefore you're going to lose your title, or you're going to be continuously buying your title every month. And we don't want that, ladies and gentlemen. I want you guys having success, but more importantly, I want you duplicating that success within your organizations as well. So I did want to take some time, like I said, because I want this interactive and different things like that. I want you guys to be able, and like I said earlier, in the spirit of the people's coach, I want to be able to train and teach you guys things that are going to resonate with you or you're looking for. So, when we announce the next Coach's Corner meeting, whenever that may be, feel free to come with questions and concerns and anything else. In the sake of time, I'm going to, Gwen, I think you actually hit me with something that you said you wanted to go over. Do you still want to go over that, or should I open it up to some others?
You can go ahead. I wanted to know more about the earnings, because when I was reading it, I'm a visual learner, and sometimes me just reading it just sink in. So
Okay.
I don't know if explaining it to me is gonna, because you and I did before, and you had the paper and just showing me different things and how it works. I understood what we were talking about before.
Right.
That was in the earnings, but I don't know.
got
You
you.
can try. I can take a whack at it. I'm open because the other what was it? The recording that you sent me to look at before, I did understand that
Right.
person
I
that
got you.
explained that.
So Gwen hit me up and she had some confusion on, or wanted more clarification, I should say, on trying to understand the Gold Asana pay plan. And first off, and I told her, 2 answers, and I'm going to tell y'all the same thing. I always go to, and this is why it's important to really be a good sponsor as well. Go to your sponsors, whoever you signed up with, because it's technically their responsibility. Like when you come in, that's your baby. And you should be willing to nurture your baby and teach them and spend time with them and everything else. And when you are not direct to me in Go Desana. However, I told you that I definitely want to take the time and help explain some things as best I could. Going through that entire pay plan may be a little time consuming. And so what I'll do is let's jump online. Let's kind of go over a few things. Let's see if we can get you a little bit of clarification and go from there. Hold on one sec. All right, and let me share my screen. And let's make sure that you all have a pretty good understanding of things. If I can find my share screen button. All right. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
All right. So in your regular godesana.com/your name site, you'll be able to see the earn tab appear, and all the way on the bottom, there's also there's an earn tab on the bottom. And when you open that up, it basically will take you to a place where it goes over, and you can click the view compensation plan. It opens up to a PDF. Inside the PDF, it gives you all the information. And let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. I got too many things open. All right. All right. So first thing you have listed on here is the MRP points. Everybody should be familiar with MRP points as long as you are on auto ship. And let me just say this. If you are not on auto ship, you are not in the business, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. Like you're going to run the risk of your business going inactive. Kenya mentioned having a storefront. If Kenya does not pay the rent for her storefront, her rent will be on auto ship, they will come and close the store. I mean, it just is what it is. It's the same thing with business. Like you can't expect to be in business, but you're not paying your rent. And you're only like your biggest thing, like you can literally be in business for $7.49 a month, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, like that's just real. But as long as you are on auto ship, you're gonna earn anywhere between 5% and 30%, depending on how long you've had your auto ship active, that are going to come back to you in the form of what we call member rewards points, MRP points, and you can then use those to go and get yourself some, let's just say, free product, right? So if you have $100 of MRP points that you've built up, you can go and order $100 worth of products, and that's going to include, by the way, taxes and shipping. So maybe $89 or something, plus tax plus shipping. But as long as you have those MRP points, you can use them anytime, and you can purchase products. And then you can turn around and be, the reselling queen like Tiara Moore. I saw you on here, Tiara. Shout out to you. It goes out there. She's consistently doing things. Imagine buying $100 of product and then going and selling $100. You just made money, right? So this is basically free money just for you being on auto ship, you doing what you're supposed to do. All right. We have the revenue sharing pool. Which actually, let me just skip down really quick just to go over how you earn particular ranks inside the business. You have the influencer rank, which simply means that you brought one person in. It's the difference between you being a customer and you being a business owner. You don't bring anybody in the business. You don't share it with anybody. You're just ordering on auto ship. You are a long-term customer. That Gina said she was looking for some long-term customers, and it's okay to do that. The minute you decide to share it with somebody, you go from a customer to being an influencer. And by the way, that's also what helps keep us legal in FTC eyes. If you have an organization or a company with just distributors and there's no customers, you're running that risk of being labeled a scam. Or what is it? The get rich quick schemes, the pyramids, right? The pyramid, right? You're running a risk of that. So we want a healthy balance of having customers. And so those who do never ever share this with anybody, they're considered customers in our organization. But once you put one person in and you're at least 5 BV, you are now influencer in the business. Executive influencer, which was changed from bronze now to executive, simply means you just enrolled 2 people and you're at least at 20 BV. Now, the rest of these ranks say that you have to be at least 20 BV in order to qualify for any of these ranks. You personally have 10 customers, 10 business builders, any combination thereof, you are now silver influencer, 25, gold, 50, platinum, and 100 active within a 30-day period customers or business builders will label you as a diamond influencer. Now, that being said, we'll go back up and say there is revenue sharing pools, which says every Monday, depending on the rank that you are at, you will get paid anywhere between a total of 2 and 10% of the company's global revenue that they bring in. They take a percentage of that and they pay it out based on whatever position you are at. So if you decide to share it with, one person, you're at 2%. If they share it with somebody, that's an additional 2%. So now you're at 4%. When you hit executive, which means that's 2 people that you brought in, now you're at a total of 5%. When you have 10 people at silver, it's 6%, and 7 is gold, 7% is gold, 8% is platinum, and if you get the diamond, it's 10%. So they take a portion of the company's global revenues, depending on what position you're at, and they'll pay that to you on a Monday. Got that so far? All right. Retail commissions are paid daily. This simply says, listen, the minute you decide to sell some product, you're going to earn 25% of the BV. So if you sell a 100 BV kit or whatever the case is, you're earning 25% of that. This is for life. This is not for 3 months as it is in HBN or 90 days or what have you. You're earning 25% for life. So they changed this from the fast start to just calling it retail commissions, because you're earning commissions every time you sell a product, and that's 25%. Okay. As you start getting to different ranks, you'll also start earning, percentage of the people that are on your 2nd, 3rd levels down to your 6th level as well. So there is more money as you advance through the compensation plan. But again, if you don't have any, this is what we talked about, Tommy, if your people are not doing anything and you just got 100 customers, none of this is even going to matter. Okay. And this is why we talk about that ability of you building for long-term sustainable residual income, ladies and gentlemen. But it just simply means all across the board, no matter what position you are, you're going to earn 25% each and every time you sell a product. So if it's 10 BV, you earn $2.50. If it's 100 BV, you're going to earn $25 on that kit every time it's done. Okay. You have your community revenue bonus, which simply says you can get paid through 15 levels depending upon your position. But everybody's going to have the ability to build through 12 levels, right? So everybody, once you put one person in the business, if they start sprinkling people in as well, you're going to earn 3% of whatever the BV is that's in the matrix. And as a matter of fact, let me see if I can switch just to the PowerPoint to kind of show you and give you that formulation of what it looks like. So if everybody in your organization is at 50 BV, Gwen, you're earning 3% of that, and you can only have 2. You only got 2 spots because it's a 2x12 matrix. So it simply means you could put 2 people in, they could put 2 people in, they could put 2 people in. So then there's 2 on your first level, 4 on your, 2nd level, 8, and it just kind of multiplies down through 12 levels as an influencer, bronze or silver. So we're just going to look at 12 levels from there. If you built that 2x2, you get 2, they get 2, they get 2, so forth down 12 levels. If you did that in 12 months time, and again, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the beginning of the year, so we're looking at next year this time by December. If you went out and got your 2 this month, you help them get their 2 next month, everybody's on 50 BV, you're looking at a monthly income of $12,000 a month that will help you, and this just from this community revenue bonus. This is not, anything else, Glenn. This is not matches. This is not the 25% retail commission, anything else. And this is why we talk about the importance of you going and getting your 2. And I teach, find 2 better than you, right? So you go out, you get your 2, they get their 2. This, ladies and gentlemen, will get you to well over $100,000 a year, extra 6 figures a month. And I like to say additional on top of what you're currently doing. That's how the community revenue bonus works. If I think we have the 100 BV here. So if everybody was at 100 BV instead of 50 BV, then down 12 levels and you're doubling that, and it's now over $24,000 a month, which comes up to a little shy of $300,000 a year. It's going to be well over that by the time you add in all the different forms of income. Okay, so this is why I'm telling you, I'd rather be a $300,000 bronze or silver than a diamond who's earning $5,000 for the year. It's not about positioning, ladies, and the rank, I should say. It's about you going out there and duplicating success and teaching people, teach people to teach people to teach people. And this is what it comes out to build and look at. All right. So that's that part of the pay plan. So we talked about MRP, we talked about the revenue sharing, we talked about your retail commissions, we talked about the community revenue bonus, the matrix, and then there's also a match, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, depending on which rank you are, if you are helping your people make money, Gwen, and you are, let's say, a silver influencer, and you bring in Tommy, and Tommy earns $1,000, you'll get 10% of that, you'll get $100. Right? If Tommy helps Rasan earn $1,000, Tommy would earn, if he's a silver, Tommy would earn 10%, you would earn 5% of it. Okay? And so on and so forth. And just depending on the level, depending on your rank, will depend on how many levels you can actually get of a matching bonus. That's the pay plan. That's it. So, you have your, and most of us are really just concentrating on the retail commission and the matrix, as we call it, the community revenue bonus, right? Those are the two biggest things in here. But you have a match in the matrix as well. So whatever Tommy makes in the matrix, let me clear that as well. It's not what he makes, but it's whatever he makes in the matrix. You will earn a percentage of that, and then you have the community revenue, meaning the global percentage payout company wide. You have that as well. So that's an explanation of the pay plan in a nutshell. We're recording this. I'll put the recording out for you guys, and you can go back, you can review and everything else. And hopefully, maybe after hearing it a couple times, things will start to stick. But it's pretty simplified. But it's effective. It's effective. All right. Did that help clear anything up for you, Gwen?
Yeah, it did. Thanks, Coach.
Okay, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. I got about 10 o'clock Eastern on my end. I don't want to be the one that's always talking for 90 minutes, 2 hours, anything like that. That's just not what I choose to do. But does anybody else have a question that I can answer now before we get ready to end this? Anybody else have something? Ms. Stone, go ahead. I see her hand up.
Yeah, not so much of a question, but I'm going into my second year.
Mhm.
October had made my 1 year anniversary. And my goal is to find another person like myself. I had recruited Anthony on my team. And so the people, they act like they want to do it and act they're committed.
Mhm.
But then I've learned that there's certain questions I have to ask them, and to also find out whether or not they're coachable.
Mhm.
So at this point, my main goal last year, right after our last event, was that before the end of the year, I wanted to reach $1,000 in commissions.
Okay.
And I did. I was very, very proud of myself for doing that. The event before that, had set my goal to be at 500. Well, when I went to the event, I was at 700, and I was proud of myself for making that mark.
Awesome.
So right now, I just want to entertain only people that are truly, truly interested and love it like I love it.
Listen, I said earlier, there's a difference between you being in Green Organics and Green Organics being in you. Green Organics is in you. And we're looking for people that are going to have that same. And that's why I said, don't just find your two. You want to find two better than you, right? If my commitment is on 10 and yours is on 20, like we're gonna rock and roll with this thing. But here's the thing: is it's a numbers game, and we're dealing with people. for years, almost 29 years, people would ask me, what's the one thing you love and what's the one thing you hate about, this industry, network marketing? And I tell you, the most difficult thing has always been dealing with people and the different personalities. It's one of the most difficult things because I'm just speaking for me, because I can be competitive. Like, it's truly, to work with people who don't want it as bad as you is draining sometimes. Now, some of y'all can relate to that, right? It's draining. But you have to go through the numbers. There's not going to be many Simon Jones. You just ain't going to find it. And I get it, but I'm still going to have to actively look. I'm always looking for people that's going to be better than me. And I'm going to give my time and work with those who deserve my time as well, right? So congratulations to you, Ms. Tina Stone, on hitting your goal, 500 and 1,000. I look forward to you hitting this next goal. But you're going to have to do the work that we all have to do, and that's go through the numbers and talk to as many people as you can until you find that, no pun intended, next diamond in the rough, that next person that's going to want it just as bad as you or more. And you can do it. And we got you. Okay? You keep
Thank you.
No, you're more than welcome. So let me let's do this. We're going to bid farewell for those that watch the replay. For those that are on here live, stick around just for a second, as I have a couple questions for y'all. But for those that are watching the replay, I truly appreciate you taking your time out to watch. Hopefully that you got something for this, and if and when there's a next Coach's Corner training, hope to see you there live. That being said, thank y'all and good night, and stand by as we stop the recording, ladies and gentlemen.